Sharice coming to you on day 23 of 365 days of reflections. It's the also the 23rd day of the Wisdom Challenge, the 31-day Wisdom Challenge with Pedro Dale. Today's guest speaker, I have to look and see. There's a lot. Oh, how can I forget? Yeah, yeah. But this morning started with communion because that is the best part of waking up. And this morning on communion, there's a lady there. Well, we haven't met in person, but I feel like I know her. Her name is Susie. She told a story today, and it was such a beautiful story. And I can't tell it like her, but she basically said that she had wanted to go and have some soup, and she went to a place and ended up having some soup and really thought about, making the soup herself, but thought she'd treat herself and went, had the soup. And the gentleman in the place said, "If there anything I can help you with?" And then he came back and said, "Do you want the recipe to the soup?" And I thought, wow, that was amazing. So when she told the story, it ended up with she got the soup that she liked. She ended up getting it free because she had a coupon, and she just said that she felt like it was a wink from God. It was like God, kissed her. So I just thought that was just a beautiful reflection of what happens, when we avail ourselves to Father God, when we avail ourselves to the Holy Spirit, when we avail ourselves to Jesus' finished works, we get all that He wants for us, right? He owns it all. He has it all, and He wants to cherish and relish His kids with an abundance of favor. So it was just so good to hear that story. And then I want to fast forward. I was in this room in Clubhouse called Trucking God's Way. And so this morning it was Financial Friday. So there was a lot of insights. I ended up falling asleep though because it ran over 3 hours. It was a 3 hour call. And it's early in the morning, so I went back and caught some of the replay. But yeah, I think it was almost 3.5 hours. It was really good though, really good. But it was really early and I needed to go back to sleep. And so after that, I did go take care of some work because I'm in real estate and I have some property management accounts that I really need to get complete before because 1099s need to go out right. So this weekend I'll be working on getting those 1099s up to date and reconciling the accounts for the year. And then on the Wisdom Challenge, the 31-day Wisdom Challenge, it was Sean Kennel. If you hadn't heard of him, he's one of the original pioneers that started with YouTube. He started with just a camera, and he was doing it for, I think he said, for kids at his church, like teens or something. And his pastor had said, "Hey, here's a camera," and he started videotaping and posting. And some of his earlier videos, he had like a little backdrop, and he was sitting with a little hat on, just very. His persona was just very casual, and since then he's blown up. He has millions of subscribers, and I actually bought his book a couple of years ago, but he gave some good advice today when he talked about if you want to start a YouTube channel, and this is very appropriate for us. If you want to start a channel, just start it and be consistent. I show up every day, right? I show up every day, may not show up at the same time. I may not say the same thing, but I have a central theme which has to do with encouraging and giving a reflection of my day. And so Sean basically said to be consistent. He said, "When's the best time to start a channel? Yesterday. When's the next best time? Today." So if you have not started your own YouTube channel, let this be an encouragement. I love the tan, by the way. This is my natural color. Okay, maybe I'm glowing because of the ring light. Currently, oh wow, that's interesting about Friday. Uh, yeah. Okay. Okay, so what was I saying? I got distracted by the chat. Um, So Sean Cannell, again, if you hadn't heard of him, I don't have his picture, but yeah, it was for today's Wisdom Challenge, 31-day Wisdom Challenge, which I believe I have all of those posted on my channel, and I have them under podcasts, I think, or in groups, but it's all free. So the 31-day Wisdom Challenge is free. It's on YouTube. Pedro Dale, he does it every year. This is his 7th year. Oh, and I published another book. It's a journal, yet it's a book, and it's titled The Table of Grace. And man, it was a labor of love. It was a labor of love. I actually started it back in November, and I thought I would finish it in November. And here we go. December, I ended up publishing the Me Unapologetically. And so, January, my first book that I published, which is it's over 108 pages. It's a 30-day journal, but man, it's a very comprehensive journal to where you can do your own journaling in the journal, and it has some prophetic reflections. It has the communion, which is the basis of the journal. So it's a 31-day table of grace where you get to enter into communion. Okay. Alrighty. I'm not sure what's going on in the chat. It's like you guys have your own little thing going on. But so that's what I wanted to share with you about the book. I'm excited because each book is like, it's like giving birth to a baby. I mean, because some of these books have taken me months, and I even say years to write. And I want to write one for my mother because I asked her what would she like to write about? And she said she wants to write about a story of her life. So I'm going to assist my mother with writing her book and being a published author as well. That would be such a great accomplishment, especially since my mother she's, she's, she helped my father actually graduate from high school, even though she wasn't able to because she had to work. Back then, that's just how it was. So, yeah. Okay. Um, I'm not sure what's going on in chat, but it's very distracting. So let me see. Oh my gosh, let me think of my reflection because when I look down, it's like paragraphs. So I'm really trying to focus. Here we go. So I'm gonna help my mother draft her book. Gonna draft one, or not draft, but write a book for my third grandson because I have one for my first and my second, but my baby grandson, Joseph, I'm gonna write his book. Yeah, he'll be so excited. He's such a happy little baby. So I'm gonna write one for him, write one for my mother, actually co-author it because I want her to have her hands in it and actually write some too. And yeah, so it's exciting. If you haven't written a book yet, I say yet because I think we all have books inside of us. I want to encourage you to write your own book. Maybe you've already started, maybe you think it's a challenge. I just saw this interesting challenge tonight that I signed up for. And the gentleman who's running the challenge is saying, that the books on when you make money on Amazon, it's very little. And he has a challenge which is supposed to help you accelerate the marketing of your book. So I'm gonna check it out. I'll let you know. I'm not totally sold on the ideal of it. I mean, I know that you certainly can do better being a entrepreneur offline and marketing your own products yourself. I do know that for a fact. It's just, I don't know. I don't know yet because I have my own ecosystem that I'm creating. In fact, I want to invite you. I am starting a legacy wisdom circle since I'm always talking about Proverbs and my secret sauce is legacy. I'm going to create a legacy wisdom circle. Yeah. Yeah, you have to work. All right, gray sun, gray dog. Somebody said good morning, Keon, dear Rich. Okay. Alrighty. So it's morning somewhere in the world. And here it's a little after 11. And, okay, grandsons are still up. So I'm going to try to get them in bed because they were supposed to go to bed 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago. All right. Well, peace and blessings to you all. I'm encouraged. I'm so happy that I finished that journal. You just don't know how. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. So I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad. And so on to the next. My Juicing with Purpose is one either, okay, between these three, you tell me. My Juicing with Purpose book, it has the recipes for the juicing and the story behind the creation of the book. All the recipes, all the fun stuff, Juicing with Purpose. The other one is my Powerhouse Entrepreneurs Playbook. It's the work companion book that goes with my very first book. And then the third one I'm thinking about doing is, well, that I've already completed, I just haven't published it, is 16 days to, 16 days before I do. I don't know how. It's something that, it's something that I wrote for my nephew when he got married. It's 16 days before I do. Yeah, I think that's what I call it. 16 days before I do. And it's a great way to get to know your future spouse. And I say it's a great way to get to know your current spouse because sometimes those of us who are married may not even know our spouse. We think we do. And then we find out, wow, you're not the same person I met 30 years ago. I guess not, because you've grown, right? You've grown. Life experiences, changes, babies, children, grandchildren, all those things change you. So, yeah. Anyway, understand. I just want to share that with you. I thought, that. So between those three, what do you say? What say you in the chat? Juicing with Purpose, companion book to Powerhouse Entrepreneurs Playbook, or 16 days before I do. So 1, 2, or 3. Put it in the chat. 1, 2, or 3. And while you're doing that, in the background, I'm looking at YouTube in the background, which is interesting because on my computer, I have YouTube in the background that's playing. Joshua Giles has all-night prayer vigil for our nation, right? So if you want to get in on that, that's going on. I think that is, his channel is Joshua Giles. And so that's going on right now, too. If you want to get into some prayer before the morning, it's going to go on until 5 a.m. I think that's Central Time. So that will be, let's see, 5 a.m. Central Time is, what is 5 a.m. Central Time? 3? No, it goes the other way. I'm confused. No, 5 a.m. Central Time is 3 a.m. Yeah, 3 a.m. Okay. Okay, that's around the time I have communion. That is the time I have communion. So I'll be up. I'll catch the tail end of it, I guess. All right, no one guessed for me. Well, thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscriptions. And thank you for the shares. So maybe it's delayed, but which book, 1, 2, or 3, will be the next? You tell me. You tell me 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. I don't see a number. I don't see a number. Okay. Peace and blessings. Shalom, shalom.